AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe. Yes, sir.
Yo, Mo, chill out, Mo. You don't know AllBall like that, okay? He's gonna come in here very positive. 2 wins in a row. Huh? Hey, at least we got to see what some real bum ass teams look like, Flea. can't say the Knicks look like that. You know what I'm saying?
Knicks Rehab.
Knicks Rehab, yo.
Yo, imagine being a Washington Wizards fan. That shit is wild trash.
One of my best friends is a diehard Wizards fan. Lord,
Yo,
it's
shout
rough.
out to him. He must be in
Shout out
hell.
to Simon, man. It's rough. It's rough, man. It's rough.
Yo, you talk like,
it's rough.
because you talk about us. You guys always hype up, fall in love with your player, Tim Hardaway Jr. They got real legit talent out there that just squandered. Alex what's his name? Alex Kispert?
Corey Kispert.
He gets on my nerves because he'll hit 23 points out of nowhere. Mad confidence in the Garden. Yo, smack him, man. His stupid ass headband. Corey Kispert.
I would take Corey Kispert on our team.
Yeah, because he's you know what I'm saying? Nah, come on.
Shooter.
What's Fish doing? Who is in your He has Fat Joe in his avatar?
Yeah. Imagine being a Flea fan. Hi. Good evening to you too, Fish.
We doing this or
Darlene Bay. What up, baby?
and then we're gonna, you know what I'm saying?
La. Big W. Yeah. 2 in a row. Let's get it rolling.
That's some sneaky business. You snuck up behind her cubicle and waited till AllBall go to lunch?
It's the lunch. Go to lunch, nigga. Matter of fact, get the food for the whole team. Come back.
Mo lives in the DMV. Watching the post game is so sad. Y suscribe. Culture.
You know who that is at the end, right? Y'all know who that is at the end with the Y suscribe. Y'all know that's the biggest. Where's my fucking drop?
We live.
Big Flea. Never the little one. Never the little one. The fucking biggest, y'all. What up? Fabian!
Yeah, man. Let's get into it. Stop playing with around. I already dropped the drop. Come on, baby Bubba. Knicks in the mix. Nice little tricks tonight. 119-102 victory against the Washington Wizards. The second half was a complete blowout. I think we scored 58 at the half, so that's what? 61 points? Or 71? Yeah, 61 points. Amazing. I'm stuck doing the math in my head. 61 points. The Wizards rolling out their usual garbage, their annual garbage roster. A lot of talent out there, but they don't know what to do. 19 for Alex Shaw, talented kid. Does not have a 3-point shot. Like, that's insane. It's horrible. 19 and 8 for him. 7 assists too. He still look good out there. He's slim but very talented. 15 points, 5 rebounds for Keyshawn George. That was a kid. His second year. That was a kid last year I thought was really talented.
Love his game. He's gonna be a player. The Wizards have some players over there. Can't front. They got some talented kids over there. For real.
Can I say Marvin Bagley's a thief yet, or that's too harsh? Because he is talented. Like, he's an NBA body.
He's not one of the kids that I'm talking about.
15 points for Corey Kispert getting on my nerves. Bilal Coulibaly, I think he just came back.
Bilal, my son Coulibaly.
Right?
I fuck with Bilal.
I think it's his second game back. Second season. I think they said he played his full rookie season last year. The last Knick to play his full rookie season. Flea, did you see that?
I caught it. I said it out loud. I was gonna text it to you. Just so I could tell you that I was right when I said it out loud. And when they said it, I was like, oh, I knew I was right.
You would have been ahead of my TV. Big game for Karl Anthony Towns. Again, showing improvement, showing he's more and more comfortable against them bum-ass Wizards. Let's go get it. 33 and 13 for him. 5 assists to add on to that. 12 of 24 from the field. 3 of 8 from 3. 7 free throws. He had 6 of those. 16 points for OG Anunoby. 10 points for Mikal Bridges. Silent game, but he's just very solid, though. I know I've been kind of down on him, but he's just consistent in the background, and he's just not going to stand out. He plays well, though. I think he's a great connector of a player. He's just been playing his role. 11 points for Landry Shamet. Only 16 from Brunson. Took a break from getting his 30-point balls out there. 6-17 from the field. He was off tonight. 105 from 3. 12 points for Josh Hart off the bench. 10 rebounds, and it looked like it. It felt like more. Like all of his rebounds were like 3 rebounds. 5 assists for him. Only 1 turnover. Good for you. Thank you, Josh Hart. 15 points for Jordan Clarkson. We talked about it in the text, Flea. I never seen his jump shot look so crisp because he never shot this many wide open shots before. 2 of 5 from 3. A couple of those are wide open. I think I seen Heroic or somebody in the comments. They said that, yo, man, Jordan Clarkson's coming for that 6-man spot. I don't know about that. Hart comes off the bench too, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yabusele comes off the bench too, bro. Tyler Kohler scored in his 3 minutes of action. And Deuce McBride, 3 points. Think he would put nice little defensive effort, 3 assists, 3 rebounds. The give and go with Cat was amazing. Amazing 2-man game. I think it inspired Brunson. It was like, hey, look, if Deuce can do it, I can do it too. Something I got away from last year. We're just going straight to these team comparisons. 54 rebounds for the Knicks, out rebounding the Wizards 54-49. 32 assists to 30 for the Wizards, 12 steals, 7 for the Wizards, 3 blocks for the Knicks, 5 for the Wizards. 12 turnovers for the Knicks, 20 for the Wizards. And that was close early on. The first quarter was like 7-8. So we clamped down on that. We only had like 4 or 5 for the last 3 quarters. 46 from the field, 47% from the field for each team, basically. And the Wizards shot 37% from 3. The Knicks 36. Knicks hit 80% of their free throws. Second chance points. Washington beat us 14-8. Points in the paint 52-42. The Knicks really dominated. 16-8 fast break points. Even though OG's clumsy ass threw a bad alley-oop to Mikal Bridges.
Nice, calm down.
Easy shots, Flea. Easy shots. Stop fucking around, man.
Ball suckers.
That shit behind the back, man. My OG's here, man. He's here. Shining. Look at him smiling. I love it.
Wow. They're anticipating it all, ball. They want to know, how did you feel after this victory? Back to back, 2 in a row. Big Knicks in it.
First and foremost, big shout out to my brothers, Knicks Rehab. My brothers up here, love y'all. Big shout out to the chat. I want to give a big shout out to Keith McKnight. That's my right hand man Sauce. That's his nephew. Keith McKnight. This is his first year. Flea, you may be able to say this college name better than me. Quinnipiac. Keith McKnight, 6'6", Jersey, but his family from Harlem, grew up with his family. First game today, they lost to St. John's, but he had 19 off the bench. Yeah. Keith McKnight. Yeah, Keith McKnight.
Keeping up. Now I'm locked in.
Yeah. And that's family, man. So big shout out to Keith McKnight, man. Big game against St. John's. His his uncle's first game on TV. He was texting him and telling me what was going on. Very excited. Yeah. But young man got some promise, and you know me, he might can go. He might can go. So that's family. Big shout out Keith McKnight. 19 points off the bench tonight against St. John's. Good young
That's
kid
dope.
too. Great young
That's
kid.
dope.
Great young man.
I'm locked in on that, OG.
Yeah. But tonight, I'm happier than yesterday. Oh, Darlene Bryan is in the building. The beautiful, the lovely, the sexy, the extravagant Darlene Bryan. What up, baby?
I mean, big
So for me, this is why I'm more excited. Oh,
Cherokee's here.
Cherokee Princess, Lady Nick is in the building. She got to give a shout out to the beautiful, the lovely, the extravagant, the sexy Cherokee Princess in the building. Good evening, y'all.
Okay.
I think tonight was a bigger game than last night. And let me explain why. Because these are games that we potentially, Tori B is in the building. The beautiful, the lovely, the extravagant, the sexy Tori B. What up, Tori B? Good evening, by the way, as well. I think tonight.
He's mad quiet. Yo, he's mad quiet. Yo.
That's how that shit's supposed to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah, just like that.
Yeah, fuck out of here. Y'all niggas in the chat, don't get flea hurt up here, man. Yeah, let me. That's it. The fuck out of here.
Funniest shit ever. Niggas be so ass. There's a bully back in the room. I ain't saying shit.
Please give your shout out, man. Come on, man.
I gave her a love already, man.
All right, say no. Oh.
Double up. We double up tonight, Tori B.
But I think tonight was a very important.
About to get packed up.
Yeah. Tonight was in all seriousness, tonight was a very important game, and I'm not saying that because it was the Washington Wizards, which we should have beat, right? But to put us back on track, I think we was going off the track a little bit. Mike Brown, I didn't get to respond the other night. How he took accountability, and I'm gonna be honest. Slow down with Yabusele. I do not like that he's getting the same amount of minutes as Deuce. Listen, bro. But, Mike Brown took accountability and he got back-to-back wins. Listen, I think, we can actually win the next 5-6 games. We can go on a 7-8 game winning streak when we see the schedule so far. But I think tonight was a great game. It was a collective. Everybody played their part. Cat was looking like Cat, how he's supposed to look against teams like this. Dominate. Flee. Fabian, that's all I ask. Dominate, bro. You 7 foot. You have talent. We know you can shoot the three. Get in the paint. You can hit free throws. Make the game easy on yourself. So for me, Clarkson looks like he's coming along. He put up some good points. Josh Hart is being Josh Hart. So I think, and remember, Flee, how long I've been saying this now? When we play like this, as a collective, where everybody gets involved, we're going to be tough to beat. So for me, I think tonight was very important because it puts us back on track. It puts the league on notice. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care how good you are. When you beat up on the teams you're supposed to beat up on, that's when the league and teams look at you like, okay, they for real. Yeah, you're going to struggle against the good teams, the great teams, the MVP caliber players with their teams, the former champions. You're going to struggle a little bit. But the teams that you're supposed to beat up on, that's what you do. So I think tonight was very important. But I think it's more important for Mike Brown. I'm going to keep saying it. Mike Brown will be on the hot seat all season. So as long as he wins the games he's supposed to win, and the games that, against the OKCs and, the great teams, as long as we're competitive and we hang in there and we win some of those games, Mike Brown will be fine. But for me, I think this is about Mike Brown. We have the talent. We have the roster. We have everything intact. Mike Brown needs to come in and fill the holes that we, quote unquote, think Tom Thibodeau couldn't do. So I think tonight was very important to get us back on track. Now we're a game above 500, back-to-back wins. So for me, I think this was a very important game because if we lose this, I think things will start going downhill. So for me, Cat and Brunson, like I said, if those two can get it together, I think we'll be one of the best teams, if not the best team in the NBA.
Fleet, what you thinking?
I'm still encouraged. I like what I saw tonight. I like I like the full 48 minutes. Obviously, I don't like the slow starts that we have. Right. I think that's not a good thing, especially when you go up against the better teams in the league. We played against Washington. Washington is young. They're gonna make mistakes. They're gonna play themselves out of games. Right. So, and that's exactly what happened tonight. They wound up playing themselves out of a game that, to be honest with you, if they held court, the game might have been close up until the fourth quarter, right? But they started making young mistakes, turning the ball over, taking bad shots, not getting stops. So that's essentially why they lost the game. For us, I think that this is a game that you just start setting good habits. I don't think you get too high, you don't get too low. You beat the Wizards. That's a scheduled win. I'm sorry, it is what it is. They're not a very good team. But you do everything that you're supposed to do. Karl Anthony Towns. This is a confidence booster, right? He likes to go as Saw. I was listening to Alan Hahn all night tonight, just talk about how much he takes that matchup of all matchups, Alex Saw, but whatever it takes at this point. If that's the matchup that's going to get him going, fuck it. Because now we could just turn this over into, on Wednesday, we see Gobert. How you going to show up against Julius Randle and Gobert? I need you to show up the same way you showed up tonight against Julius Randle and Rudy Gobert. So, but I love the way he played tonight. He played with force, right? He didn't settle. Although he had the 3-ball going, he did get mixy in the paint, right? You saw him put Alex Saw in the rim a couple of times. I love seeing that. I don't see that too often from him. Right. So when you put the ball on the floor, you get a guy in your hip and you put him in the rim. I like seeing that, right? I just like seeing the aggression from him, the controlled aggression, right? He didn't get out of control. I didn't see too many stupid fouls. He got a couple chippy ones that I thought we could have got back. But for the most part, playing through him tonight was the way to go. Brunson didn't have it rolling tonight. He hit some timely shots, but in terms of efficiency, he wasn't the greatest tonight, and that's okay. Our captain ain't gonna be great every night. But he kept getting after it. He kept moving the basketball. I was just happy about the ball movement for real, right? That's what Mike Brown is essentially trying to implement. Faster pace, obviously getting up more 3-point shots, quicker decisions, and moving the basketball, getting in the paint and getting open threes. So I like what we did, right? I like the rhythm that Jordan Clarkson is finding himself in coming off that bench. Josh Hart is being Josh Hart, right? Like you said, OG, 12 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, right? Just filling the stat sheet up, doing everything you want him to do. We missed Mitch tonight once again. I'm sure we'll touch on that in a second. But for the most part, I loved everybody. I loved everybody tonight. Everybody, like you said, played as a collective. We're starting to figure out that rotation. I still think Yabusele is getting way too many minutes. He's just not ready yet. He's not in game shape. And I think big shout out to Mike Brown for allowing this young man to get in game shape. He's trying to let him play through it, but I don't think he's ready yet, right? Those minutes can go more to Deuce. Those minutes can go more to Jordan Clarkson. He can up the minutes on him. Whatever you got to do. I know you need a backup for Cat when Mitchell Robinson is not playing, but he's just not ready. And I keep forgetting to mention over the last 2 games, Landry Shamet. Landry Shamet has given us a lot of positive minutes. He hasn't been out there stinking it up. He's been out there hitting open shots. He's out there playing defense. He's moving. He's not standing still. He's active. So I didn't say nothing about Landry Shamet the last game, but he started tonight again, and I was just pleased with his minutes. So big shout out to the Knicks, back-to-back wins. Let's just get on the winning horse and let's roll. Let's put together some W's, right? Let's put together some W's, OG, for
real. Hey, Fabian, can I ask you a quick question before you go? I don't know what that meant just now.
Sure.
No, sure. Flea said something as far as like us worrying about a backup center. You always allude to how great OG is defensively, and how at one time he played Embiid kind of good. How do you feel about sometimes OG sliding into that spot because the way basketball is today, as far as positionless basketball, we watch other teams put smaller guys on cat. Should that be an option? That at times OG may have to step up and guard some of the bigger guys on the opposing team.
I think if it's situational, like even when he guarded Embiid, joking all of them, I don't know if Fleet was joking, but he said he could be defensive player of the year if he wanted to. It was like,
I was dead serious.
yeah, I know. Stay on that side. When I said it 2 years ago, both of y'all was like,
That's
all right,
2 years ago. We're
you
talking
talk-
about right now. OG Anunoby, if he focused on just flat out playing defense and not trying to go get a bucket, he could be defensive player of the year. That's how I feel.
yeah. You tried on all balls Gucci flip flops all of a sudden.
Man, go to hell. Go to hell, right?
I think it's like the reason why he can't be a defensive player of the year is because like the Herb Jones and them, Wemby and all of them, like they just pop out on the screen every single possession. I don't want OG on a center every single possession. That'll make him too stationary. You could do it like how they did against Philly. That one quarter he shuts down Embiid, and now you got him all over the court like a safety. That's where he's most dangerous because he always sneaks in for the double team, swipes in, gets the steal. He did that today when he was he learned from yesterday's game when Josh Giddey took him full court, full speed, and just hit the layup on him. Today he's like, you ain't no damn Josh Giddey, and rip homeboy and created a turnover. And I think we finished that play in transition. So I think that it would take him off those kind of plays and get us away from those transition baskets transition plays that he creates a lot of times. What do you think, Fleet?
I agree with you. I think it's situational. Like OG could be that like prime Kawhi, prime Draymond Green type defender, right? Where you like really the quarterback of the defense, and you could put you on the best player on the opposing team and really, make it hard for them. I think he's that level of a defender. In terms of the bigger players, OG is a house now. He ain't no little guy like that. He's all of 6'8", 6'9", whatever you want to give him, but he's big. Like that's a big dude. You know what I'm saying? Like so. Again, situational. I think he can make it tough. For some of the bigger centers in the league, some of the centers that are lighter in weight. He's gonna have issues with Joker. Although I don't have problems with if it comes to that point where he has to guard a Joker. I don't like that per se, right? He does well on Embiid, but I still don't like the matchup. Embiid, if at his apex, is still better and still can take advantage of that matchup with OG. I just think with his defensive IQ and his strength, I think ain't nothing wrong with that. Would put him on bigs. So I agree with
you. Yeah, boy. I think like from going on Embiid and then switching. Like in football, a lot of times it's too many times with defensive backs they get caught up in trying to guard the number one receiver when you go to the number 2 or number 3 and then play off of them and go guard the number 1. And that's OG's whole style. He's so disruptive, man. What you think, old ball?
I respectfully disagree with both of y'all. I think, now I agree with y'all with the situational thing, but I think this is where a coach like Mike Brown, this is where you have to coach certain games, knowing that we're not going to have Mitch. Huck might not be getting in the game. I think that throws a monkey wrench, no pun intended, big shout out monkey wrench. I think that throws a monkey wrench in some of these teams, because that's not going to be in the notes. So just imagine you come out and Cat is not guarding Joker. It's OG. They don't have a scout report for that. And of course, nobody can guard the Joker. But I think, a guy like OG, he can make it more difficult than a Cat, especially if we're not going to have Mitchell Robinson. And I trust OG more than I trust Huck Purdy as far as on the defensive end. I just think that this team, I'm going to keep saying it, the Detroit Pistons style basketball. I know we don't have those great defenders, but guys are Paul's gonna have to suck it up, gonna have to dig deep, dig down, and really get into some of these guys as far as on the defensive end. And I think OG is going to have to be the head of the snake as far as like, listen, okay, Mitch is out. I'm gonna have to guard this guy because we know Cat can't guard nobody. We have to understand that. So that also relieves Cat and just lets him loose. So I disagree with you. I think OG can come up with the task and really do a good job.
I mean, Isaiah Jackson said me and Flea look like two pilots, and you look like a Colombian drug dealer.
Zeke Jackson, what up, boy?
Yo, Flea, somebody, Flea,
that's funny as hell.
somebody in another
Funny as hell.
comment, somebody in another comment said whole ball looks like pink meat.
Yo, that's funny. That's OG, you know that's funny.
You know, I laugh at myself all day. I love it, man.
I know.
Keep the joke coming, man. Come on, man. Yeah.
Oh shit,
Yeah.
pink meat, that's crazy.
Because listen, I can't wait to see some of y'all personally. all you niggas hide behind them avatars. Yeah. All you niggas hide behind them. Oh, he's hard. Drop something.
He goes, Larry Hoover.
Yeah.
Shit.
Big shout out to the chat. You know I love all y'all.
Big shout out to the chat, man. They keep us humble, man. They keep us humble. Yo, there was a spot. I think it was the second quarter. It was 40-40. Like 4 minutes left in the second quarter, something like that. I think Cat just put Saw in the rim, right, on that back down dunk. But the next possession, right, I think on the court, and chat, y'all could correct me, my brothers, y'all could correct me, but I think the lineup on the floor was Deuce, Hart, Bridges, Cat, and I believe Clarkson. But the defensive lineup that they had in that part of the game was just insane. Some of the second quarter, some of the stops that we were getting towards the end of that second quarter was insane. So I know Cat, we always kill Cat on how he defends and things like that. But that stretch shows you that there's times where if he gives effort, because again, all we say is defense. Some guys are special. Like OG loves Ron Artest. That's special. That's not regular. That's special. Kawhi, special. Draymond, special. Like these guys are special, but everybody's not special like that. But straight up effort, if you give effort, like effort at 7 feet means you blocking shots. That means you getting every rebound. That means that you hedging out on screens and making the ball handler change directions. Like that's effort. And you ain't always got to be the best nigga on one-on-one defense. But that lineup, I was like, damn, we are able, if we play like that, we are able to get stops. Even Brunson with his active hands tonight, I was like, shit. I texted y'all early. I think that was first quarter, something like that. I was like, yo, I like the way Brunson is looking on the defensive end. Just his energy on. So, we could be better as long as we keep going the way we going.
The switching was great, and I think I hate to say it, you when you pointed that out with Brunson, I still wasn't really impressed. It's something about him and Cat that just the mix wasn't there, and then that lineup that you mentioned, not for nothing, that's when Brunson sat down, and all of a sudden, the energy lifted up on defense. Cat was playing in between the passing lanes, like he covered his man above the break, and the man in the corner got in the passing lane, did a deflection like he was he deflected the pass like he was OG. Like he was just, and like you said in the comments, whoever said that, it is the Wizards. But hopefully he can just build off of this because, he saw a bounce announcer, saw, one moment, backed him down and yammed it on him. He saw food. So hopefully, because Alex saw his light in the ass. But hopefully he gets to see that this is what you're supposed to be doing.
Ooh, nostalgic Nick. Niggas have one good night. Look what nostalgic Nick said. Niggas have a good night. How you feel about that, OG?
What? What do you say?
Cat is the best player on the team. I don't know why he defers to Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson is limited.
I mean,
you sound like Dave Smith.
Yeah, I mean, we all entitled to our opinions. For me, on some nights, Cat can be the best player on the team. I'm not going to deny that.
For
But
sure.
on most nights, is Jalen Brunson. And, for me, what holds Cat back is the stupid fouls he commit. You can't keep him on the floor at times. And just he doesn't take advantage of his mismatch. And tonight he did. How many times we seen when we played Boston, they put Tatum on him. We play OKC, they put Williams on him. I've seen Lou Dort guard him. I'm talking about possession after possession, and he doesn't take advantage. So for me, I said this the other night, right after the Chicago win. I said the most important play if we're going to win a championship is going to be Karl Anthony Towns. He has to be Batman and Robin every night, every night. And if he does that, if he dominates like he did tonight, then we'll be fine. But if he's going to go drifting every other night and be inconsistent, then we're going to have a problem. We know what we're going to get from Brunson. Fabian alludes to it all the time. They go that allude word again. Lord have mercy. Fabian says it all the time. We know what we're going to get from Brunson. We don't know what we're going to get from Cat. That's just the honest truth. Are we going to get the low IQ basketball cat that can't stay on the floor, that commit dumb fouls? Are we going to get the cat that's not going to go into the post and take advantage of his mismatches and go out there and just shoot three after three after three? Or are we going to get the dominant cat like tonight? We just need a consistent Karl Anthony Towns, and I think we'll be fine.
Hopefully, I think basically AllBall is saying that unless Cat gets it together and keeps his eyes on the prize, baby Bubba, we ain't winning no chips, but you can with Prize Picks. This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. You heard Zeke Jackson. Fabian's right. He's just early. Prize Picks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you get your picks right, you could cash in. We talked about it earlier. Yeah, Cat going to more than 25 points tonight because it was the bum Washington Wizards. I almost got it wrong because I was going with Brunson more than 25 points because he kills the Wizards, but I'll go with that the next game because Brunson loves playing against them. Either way, you can join millions of users and sign up for America's #1 fantasy sports app. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Cat. Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Mo. Hit that like button. Share, like, comment, subscribe. Hit the membership button. Hit the Cash App. However way you can support.
Well, hit the cash. Yeah, hit the Cash App. I'm digitally panhandling. Yo, hit the Cash App. All you hoes out there digital panhandling. Digital panhandling.
Shout out to Amazement, man. He sent me some birthday money, man. Appreciate you, man. He said
that's love. That's
big
love.
Time. He said happy birthday, man. Hit me with the paid in full happy birthday, little man. I said, oh shit.
What you did?
Nice.
What you did for that?
I kept on it was fully clothed. JR, thank you for your $4.99.
$4.99.
Shout out to Mike Brown for putting the bench in the fourth. Tibbs would never being up 20 on the back-to-back. Yo, that's a fact. Thank you for reminding me. The last 3 minutes of the game, Kohler got in there, scored a little 2 points. I get it because you squandered so many leads with Tibbs. He's so paranoid. Like, one time back in Idaho, I gave up a 40-point lead in the fourth quarter. He always had that same stupid-ass story. Thank you for JR for reminding us. And your $4.99. Zeke Jackson, thank you for your $1.99.
$1.99.
Crazy people wanted Randall back over Cat. Zeke, watch your mouth. I wanted Randall back over Cat. But only if, we had the right team back. I'm not going down that road tonight. Cat is doing his thing. He's looking more and more comfortable. AllBall. I think it's more than just his IQ. He just is not going to be a #1 guy. We could talk about that ad nauseum. But I disagree with Flea with the Shamit thing. I just like the way Mike Brown plays him, and he's been rotating the lineups, bro. Like the way especially the way he brings in Clarkson. That's what I've been impressed with the last 2 games. Chicago's a good team, Wizards a bad team. Shammy, he started him. He didn't want to bench him. I like that. And the Yabusele thing, as far as the bench is concerned, he doesn't have a choice. Cat got to take a break at some point. He can't play 48 minutes. And Yabu, it was an ugly 14 minutes, but Deuce wasn't. They played the same amount of minutes, I think, because Clarkson was so effective, or at least way more effective than Deuce in this game. Like he popped out, getting to the basket, getting people in their shots. He's gonna be clumsy sometimes. Defensively, we rotated crazy. I think we were rotating so crazy that Alan Hahn spoke to it. He was so shocked that Yabusele didn't rotate when he, instead of playing drop coverage, he messed up on a rotation. Flea.
I mean, he was late on almost every coverage on defense tonight. That's why it was a hard watch. I mean, he's got to play to get in game shape. I get it, but in certain situations like that, when you miss a coverage against the better teams, again, Wednesday night when we play Minnesota, and you get mixed up in the coverage like that, you could get put in the rim. Julius Randle will dunk on you. Right, Jaden McDaniels will finish on you. Like it's a different look when you got aggressive guys coming downhill and you're not where you need to be, or you're not meeting them before they meet you at the rim. Right, so he's just a little late on a lot of different things, especially on defensive coverages. So it's hard to play him right now. It's hard, but I understand you got to play him, but it's a tough watch.
Oh boy, what makes it a tough watch also is that he's not even hitting the threes. You could be a fat boy all you want to, but he's not even like if you was a knockdown 3-point shooter, bro, it would erase everything. All your missed coverages, you would make up for them.
Yeah, but see, I totally disagree with both of y'all. This is where Tibbs works when it comes to a guy like Yabusele. Flea, all that getting the game shape off the court. Get your ass in the gym. Get your ass, someone else, a chef or somebody. And I'm not saying that to be disrespectful, but bro, like you're not in shape and you're not productive. Like Fabian said, you're not hitting no threes. You're not bringing anything to the table. So for me, I disagree. I don't think he should be playable until he can be playable. Bro, you don't look like you belong out there. Seriously. And, it's going to come to a point with Mike Brown. Bro, keep him on the bench. I'm sorry. Keep him on the bench until he figures out, okay, I'm going to take this thing serious. I want to play because we're playing for a championship. We're not playing to make the playoffs. There is some pressure here, Flea. So maybe, he came into the situation thinking it wasn't as serious as it is.
But I want to ask you a question, and this is for Fabian as well. He only has to be productive, or he only has to be relied upon every other night. Because the only time he's getting high minutes is when Mitchell Robinson ain't playing. And Mitch is not playing on back-to-back nights. And the minutes restriction or whatever it is. But the only time that he needs to be productive is when Mitch is not playing. So how many games is that this year where we're gonna have to rely on him? He's got to be ready to be out there, is what I'm saying. And it's not going to be a night in, night out basis. He's got to be a guy that when his number is called, be ready to rock and roll.
I'd rather 10 seconds and Fabian could cook this. I'd rather put Huck Porty out there at that position. I mean, he looks in shape. He can get up and down the court. To me, they're both liabilities. But if you asking me who I'd rather flee within these last 6 games or whatever 7 games we see, I mean, real, bro, Yabu can stay where he at, bro. Stay his ass on the bench. Seriously. I'm sorry.
I get it.
I don't know if we have a choice, especially with the way Mike Brown benched Kolek, the way he benched Huck Porty. Remember, they said that Huck Porty was going to start when Mitchell Robinson doesn't start. That hasn't happened. So who's to say that this guy's not working hard in during practice, and he is their best player while they practice, but he's just, for whatever reason in game, this is not practice anymore. I don't know, but I do have to respect. I'm starting to gain a lot of respect for Mike Brown's rotations and doing the Tibbs thing where it's like, yeah, we tried that. He doesn't have to announce Kolek's not going to get any more playing time. He's just not going to do it. Same thing with Huck Porty. Not gonna do it, bro. You don't. I think Huck Porty this season looked more lost than Yabusele, and that's saying a lot. Like Huck Porty, I mean, Yabusele can at least hit the three, and that tells me also like, is he done experimenting? He tried experimenting in the first 3 games and 4 games, and now, like I said, Cole's not getting back in there. And Diarra was a guy that I thought you could experiment with, especially against the Wizards. He's like he just came off the Wizards, Flea. He looks like a Wizards player.
Hold on, Fleet, real quick. Fabian, that 3-game losing streak, somebody got in Mike Brown ear and said, bro, we trying to win a championship. Get it together. And I think that's what slowed down giving these guys all these minutes. Once again, he doesn't listen. He has the short rope. I'm telling y'all this, bro. That 3-game losing streak after you come out like gangbusters and beat Cleveland, then beat Boston, and the city going crazy, and then you lose 3 games back to back to back. I think somebody in the front office said, "Hey," I think they called him in the office, Flea, and had that nice little talk with him, like, "Yo, bro, I get it, but you ain't here for that. Get it together. You're doing a little too much. We trying to compete for a title this season." And I think he realized that. That's why he had to own up to what he did. And now, Fabian, like you just said, you see that rotation. He's starting to shorten it, and he's starting to get it right.
And I think to his credit too, right? If we're gonna give Mike Brown some credit right now, like we are, this would have been different if this was a rookie coach. A rookie coach might have been stubborn. A rookie coach might have not been able to see his own ears, right? Because you can't see your own ears unless you look in the mirror, right? So a rookie coach wouldn't have been able to see any of the mistakes. He would have been stubborn and kind of stuck with, "Oh, I'm just running with a cut." Mike Brown been around the block a few times. He didn't been around some great players. He didn't had to figure out certain things. So, him understanding, yo, I got to shorten this rotation. I gotta go with the lineups that are working. It only took me 4 or 5 games to figure out what lineups work and which ones don't. And so, to his credit, I think some of the experience tacked into who he is as a coach, along with whoever got in his ear, and now he's he's kind of righting the ship and doing the right things as a head coach, right? I love Cole, but you can't play him. He ain't fully ready yet. You can't put him out there and be able to back up Brunson and keep the thing going in terms of shot making, in terms of not turning the ball over, making good decisions, putting the defense on their heels. He don't do that like Brunson. And not saying you're going to replace that, with the guy coming off the bench, but he doesn't even replicate it much on a consistent basis. So it's hard to put him out there. He's capable, but not on a consistent basis. So I respect what Mike Brown is doing right now. If that's what the case is, keep the rotation the way it is.
I totally agree. I'm just starting to, respect that. I think, boy, you make a lot of sense where even if it wasn't the front office, that was a meeting. And even today, still not gonna stress it, Flea. But a lot of too much yapping for me still. But the yapping that I loved was during the free throw, and he was like, did they call it a thumb 5? Yo, thumb 5, whatever they called, but it sounded like he was asking Brunson, yo, thumb 5. Then he told Cat at when he was underneath the rim, yo, thumb 5, that's what we running. So there's a lot of communication. At one point, OG had his hand on his hips. He was looking like, man, shut the fuck up, Mike Brown. He was dead tired, huffing and puffing. But if there's communication here, remember, let's not act like
coaching. He's coaching. Let him cook.
There he goes. 3 times. Oh boy, it takes 3 times. You got rope with him. Coaching. Boom. He's gonna do it 2 more times. Boom. Then you find his rhythm. Right? Let's not forget though, Tibbs being here, bro, that's family to them. That's what you're replacing. You gotta go fill in for the guy who's a family member. So for him to go in here, he might be feeling like he was walking on eggshells a bit. And to me, it does look like that Mike Brown looks more comfortable. For him to even admit that the last press conference, it wasn't that he admitted it, it was the way he admitted it. Like, he didn't look like a sucker. He didn't come off like a sucker. He just said, yo, that was my bad. I was going crazy with them substitutions. That's what I hope was saying. Like somebody might talk to him, bro. Because the way he said that, like, you know what, I was wilding. So we gotta acknowledge that because y'all think we just think the world is falling over here and we don't. But I don't know if I'm catching y'all off guard, but did you see what get into the Carmelo thing with Phil Jackson?
I didn't. I would love to see it. I'm glad I'm seeing it with y'all. I heard about it, but I didn't watch it.
So Phil Jackson's basically blamed Carmelo Anthony for having a losing culture and a losing tenure over there in New York, over here in New York City. Phil Jackson and Carmelo Anthony responded. Let's see what he had to say.
I was bugged out, man. Like, come on, bro. Like, what are we doing here? As a man, if I was that much of a hindrance to you, why didn't you have a conversation with me when I was there? Instead of bringing me in the office, showing me Michael Jordan clips
Oh shit
of the triangle and telling me what not to do in the triangle because he did it wrong. This that he told me. Instead of doing that, let's just have a real man conversation. Melo, listen, I want to go in a different direction. We had a poorly structured teams, rosters those years. And you was at the helm of that. Nobody told you who to go get. You had this vision of wanting to play in a certain type of system, which is the triangle, which I love the triangle offense. At the time, it didn't fit the style of the NBA. We was a laughing stock of the NBA for being in the triangle. And I had to fight that. And I had to take those bullets. Not you, Phil Jackson. While I'm taking those bullets, you are in the stands tweeting, talking about Melo breaking the triangle.
That was crazy.
You
I
get what
remember
I'm
when
saying?
Phil
Like,
was on Twitter
this
too.
is the that I had to do.
Yeah.
I never spoke on him. I never spoke about him. I had probably 3 conversations with the band in his whole tenure.
Really?
Man, we didn't have a relationship. So if I was that much of a hindrance to you, should have came to me and said it.
Oh, got the gist of what you said, Melo. Not for nothing. That feels like ancient history. The coach, the general manager, not talking to the star player. We have the complete opposite thing here going on, AllBall. The general manager and star player are nephew and uncle, damn near. What do you think about what Carmelo Anthony had to say about Phil Jackson being a prick? To be honest with you,
I love Phil Jackson, the coach. I do not like Phil Jackson, the person. He just seems like a bad guy. He just seems like a guy that's stuck in the 60s.
Yeah.
He always has something negative to say about, the culture, what we as people represent today. And I just think, Phil Jackson is low key the P word. I'm just being honest with you. I don't want to say that up here because I don't want us to get flagged and none of that, but I'm starting to feel like that. What he said about Braun and him, he just always has something negative to say. But when it comes to the Knicks, because this is Knicks Rehab, Phil Jackson tried to sink the ship on purpose. The moves he made, the picks he made, the coach he hired, what Phil Jackson tried to do to us, which he did, he set us back 10 years purposely. So for me, Phil Jackson has to understand you had Kobe and Mike. You're never gonna coach again. So let's get to that. You as a GM, you're never gonna have another Kobe and Mike. So whether it's Melo, no matter who it is, as great as these players are, yeah, we understand the triangle. But you had Mike and Kobe. You got to let that go. So it's just sad that a coach who I think is the greatest coach of all time, and we can argue that another time, but a basketball mind like that wastes his time downplaying and disrespecting great players instead of giving them some knowledge and some basketball knowledge and IQ and helping them advance their game. I just think Phil Jackson's just a bad person. I'm just being honest. I don't like Phil Jackson. I don't like how he walk. I don't like how he looks. Like I said, coaching, I stop right there. But for some reason, he has nothing good to say about anybody. So for me, Carmelo Anthony, the way he responded was kind of grown manish. He didn't go too crazy. And it's just crazy that I'm the franchise player and I only spoke to you 3 times. That's insane. That's insane. So it just goes to show you, Phil Jackson don't like us, man. That's the icing on the cake. Yeah, I'm going there, and y'all lucky I ain't got no real money, and our platform ain't where it's supposed to be. Cause Lord have mercy, I tell her how it is. Phil Jackson don't like us, Flea. Straight up and down. I think a lot of these guys is mad that we've been taking this thing over since when? And they wanted to be something, and they wanted to be a time that is never going to happen. So I just think Phil Jackson is a mean and a bad person, and I'm just glad that he's out of the game of basketball. He should never ever be a GM, a coach, a consigliere, nothing. He should have nothing to do with basketball. No, seriously, because all he's going to do is be disrespectful. So, big shout out Melo for answering it the proper way and not being ignorant and going on a rant and trying to go viral. That's what I like to say. I'm glad Melo ain't trying to go viral, because somebody else would have took an opportunity to try to get views and numbers, and it's like, for what? So, but I like how Melo responded, but I think Phil Jackson is P against our people, straight up.
Fleet, I want to add some more context. It's not the first time Carmelo spoke on Phil Jackson. Back in 2023, Carmelo Anthony said about Phil Jackson, he was definitely on his zen. We ain't pay him no mind, but when you start the back door ish, now you lose respect. His co-host Merrill said, I knew something was up when he did the LeBron and his posse thing. I ain't heard that word since Mario Van Peebles. Melo said, he put me in a effed up situation or effed up position. Merrill said he was sleeping at practice. Jadakiss said was there. I think I read somewhere he only wanted to coach home games. And Melo responded, like, what you mean you only want to coach home games? Like, what you come here for? We threw you the keys. You want to make it seem like there's a distance between me and you. So you give everybody else the love. Maybe I'm thinking I'm going to feel a certain type of way about it. I think he also touched on, he put him in a bad situation with the LeBron thing, basically, Flea. So there's a lot to this. This is back-to-back coaches. Carmelo had a bad deal with George Karl. He didn't want to go through this again in New York with Phil Jackson.
Niggas said Phil Jackson from Staten Island. Y'all niggas know what that means.
and that ain't where Wu-Tang is from.
Yo, that's funny.
Stapleton.
Yo, man, whoever that said that in No Strange, right? That's a fact. That's how you say that. I wasn't gonna go in that direction. That whole era, right? The expectation for me, if I think back on it, was me hoping at one point he decided to come down and just coach, right? Because that's where he excelled. I don't think he excelled at being a front office guy. I don't think he excelled at putting together teams. I don't think he excelled. He wasn't an X and O's guy either. If we keep it in a buck, like he excelled at different aspects of what it takes to be a coach. So that was just my whole disappointment. I don't really think that his opinion from a executive standpoint means anything. Melo was given a raw deal after that run, and Mike Woodson was put out the door. In that direction, we started going when we drafted Porzingis, and then we started drafting a lot of bullshit, right? Like that's the result of Phil Jackson. So it was a clear slap in the face saying, you're not really part of our future. You're not really part of what we're trying to do, or at least what I'm trying to do, speaking as Phil Jackson. So he did a lot of bullshit. I remember the Frank Nicotines, and I remember the Kevin Knox, and I remember,
Frank Ntilikina was a lottery pick, bro.
8th pick.
He hired Derek Fisher as a coach, bro.
So you know what I'm saying? Like with all those kinds of doings, I would have just hoped that he would have come down and sat his ass on the bench and at least coached. That would have been like, I respect it now. But I don't respect it when you sat your ass up there and, did an awful job. Like when I mean awful, that was a master class in how to fuck some shit up.
He purposely did that, bro. He purposely did that, bro.
That was a masterclass. I was like, wow. He just kept going to the next level too. You strike like because I'm saying, like, here's the thing. You go strike out on Steve Kerr. Now, we don't even know what type of coach Steve Kerr was at that moment, right? Steve Kerr was an executive. He was a nigga on TV.
Wait, hold on,
we
hold
don't
on,
know
I forgot.
what Steve
I
Kerr.
forgot. We had Jeff Hornacek as a coach too. Thank you in the chat.
Yes.
Go ahead,
Yes,
Flea. I'm
we
sorry.
did. But that's what I'm saying. You strike out on Steve Kerr. Think about this, y'all. You strike out on Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr says, fuck it, I'm going to go coach Steph. And you hire Derek Fisher. Nah. No. So I felt super bad for Melo at that time. If we if we talking about that time, that's a tough time to be a Knicks fan. But yeah, that was a tough time. A bad spot to put Melo in. And he tried to play through it too. There's another All-Star year in there. There's another year where he's trying to bring Kristaps Porzingis along. Kristaps is a rookie. At one point, he's trying to mentor him and try to bring him along, right? So he did the professional thing, right? He never dogged it. When he was out there, he was out there. So, I mean, he got a real raw deal, when dude walked through the door.
And I think Melo has his flaws as a player. I think he's, a bit of a black hole or whatever, but I just never heard of anybody disliking Carmelo Anthony. And Phil Jackson's always getting into it with one of his players. And he's just lucky that Michael Jordan, he helped Michael Jordan that way. I don't know how Michael Jordan would have looked at him had he been in, Kobe's position. I always say that. I don't know what Mike would have been if he had to be alongside Shaq, little brother coming up. And you got to deal with Phil Jackson telling you to, like, hold it back. Like, what are you talking about? This guy's mad fat. Like, I'm coming out here busting everybody's ass. Who are you talking to like that? Flea said it yesterday, like how much of a ahead of his time Kobe was. And it was like, maybe it was the time was different, but of course it's different when you got that guy around. I think there is a lot of, racism to Phil Jackson. Like, there's just the fact I was going to give him props for getting Porzingis. But now that I think about it, it makes a lot of sense. He drafted Porzingis. But I like the Hornacek deal, to be honest with you, because at least there was proof in Hornacek in Phoenix when he had the three, point guard lineup. But the other guys were just like, what? And the way he handled Carmelo Anthony at the end of the day was going to be a legend, a basketball legend. You were nowhere near Carmelo Anthony as a player. You might have been jealous, just like George Karl. That's why I kind of shit on Phil Jackson. I don't think he's great, but he also had Tex Winner. There was things to him that were like, all right, I don't want to take anything away from him. But, that's why I don't like when you go at Pop like that or Ball, because it's like you got all the smoke for him, but this dude has the greatest players ever. All of them. Top 10. He has 4 of them. That's insane. I'm not giving him that much props. You talk about Pop, there's only one guy. Belichick is only one guy. Phil Jackson got away with a lot of bull.
Pop is only one guy. What are you talking about?
He only has one. He only has one. David Robinson ain't no top 10 player of all time. Tim Duncan's a top 10 player all time. Phil Jackson had 4 of them, bro.
Is Dave Robinson top 10 centers of all time?
Top 10 centers
of all, yeah,
right.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. So is Ginobili one of the greatest 6 men to ever play the game?
He's not a top 10 nothing. Like Phil Jackson had better players under his career than it's not even close. I'm just saying that's the reason why that's the reason why he gets away. He never coached these bum teams after he got in the league.
After Mike, Kobe, and Shaq, I'm the only one that gives Scotty props. After Mike, Kobe, and Shaq, give me all the great guys. Ron Harper and them guys.
Scotty, whether you think people give Scottie Pippen props or not, he's still top 50. He was still on the top 50 list. He's still like, it's still Scottie Pippen for sure.
And Pop had David Robinson, Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, Sean Elliott. So let's not act like
he also coached the team.
Level.
He also coached the team when he went from championship to bust to bums, and he went and tanked with the Spurs, and he played when they were bad. Phil Jackson never did that. He did it for one season when he came back, and they begged him to come back because they knew they had to go trade Kobe for whatever it was. He wasn't doing that.
You heard what Melo said. Melo said he don't play with bad teams. He doesn't coach bad teams.
Oh,
that's
interesting.
What Melo said in that sit down. He said Well, y'all know he wasn't gonna come down because he don't coach bad teams.
Oh,
So-
what a coinky! I didn't even hear that part. So
Yeah, he said
right,
that.
right in order, because that's the kind of guy he is. He wants to be
Hold
the
on,
Zen
hold on, hold
master.
on. I'm listening. Thank you, Jeremy's house. I had Kawhi Leonard too. All I'm saying is, don't act like Pop had chopped liver and Phil Jackson. Pop had some great players as well. Come on now.
Right, but it's again that he ran the Spurs with RJ Buford. Phil Jackson did not run Chicago. He did not run the Lakers.
No,
He had
agreed.
legendary help throughout both organizations. Pop is the lead. So that's what I'm saying. Phil Jackson acted like he was in charge of the whole thing. No, you turned your back on Jerry Krause. There's a lot of kind of he's a sneaky individual, is my point. I don't fuck with Phil Jackson. I think there's a
But
lot
that's
of
right.
bullshit to him.
But that's why I said the coach I can deal with. The human being, keep him the fuck away from me. I don't want to do it. I don't want to see him. I like nothing about Phil Jackson, the person. Like I said, the coach, for me, I can't argue when a person has three-peats. That has never been done. I don't care who he had on his team. He three-peated 3 times. So, I mean, we can have that discussion, greatest coaches of all time, but y'all both make great arguments. Phil Jackson's a piece of shit, man. Let's just call it what it is, man. Sorry.
Right.
Just a bad human being. I'm sorry. He looks like, you know how you can look like a bad human being? He looks like he don't like nothing about people, bro. I'm sorry. He just does. He has a whole mannerism that. So it's not surprising to me. Just like the other coach. What's the coach that was in Denver?
George Karl.
Bro, you could look at him and go, yeah, he don't like us. Like, you could look at him. He ain't got
Both
to
of-
talk. He's right.
Flea, what I always say, I hate George, overrated. Phil Jackson, overrated. George Karl,
Yeah,
I hate George Karl
I
with a
don't.
passion.
I agree with you with both those guys. I just want to say something real quick. Big shout out to Melo's son, Cayenne Anthony. Pro.
He looks good, man. He looks good.
Pro.
He moves good.
Pro.
He's
Pro.
running. Why you running, man?
Pro.
Why you scared, old boy? Make an assessment.
Pro.
Every day, Flea, they scared, but I'm not. They scared, but I'm not. But all of a sudden, he just scared, tippy-toeing.
Pro.
Always. What you got to say, old boy?
Pro. Remember, I said it. Pro.
Since he don't want to talk, I'm gonna give a shout out. Oh, okay, he's gonna talk.
So when you say pro, explain.
Pro. That's what
No.
I mean. An
All right,
NBA
so-
player. An NBA player. A pro level player.
So
That's
you
what
all
I
right?
mean.
We all know Bronny James is the NBA player.
This is see the first name come out your mouth. I'm saying talking about Cayenne Anthony. You can't help yourself.
No. Hold on. No, yes,
You
I
can't
can.
help
I'm saying-
yourself.
No, because you have to explain. Pro. Bronny James is a pro. He's in the NBA.
Yo. Cayenne Anthony. Pro. That's all I got for you.
Lord
That's
have
all I
mercy.
got.
Yo,
That's all I got for you.
shout out to Heroic Ave. He got some SU connections. He said, "Let me know you trying to hit up the SU game." That's Cayenne. Flea, what's up? You gonna fly out?
Oh,
You get to-
that's Syracuse. Yeah,
Yes.
hell yeah.
Tell
Hell
him
yeah.
line it up. What you talking about?
Yeah.
Line it up.
We'll make it an all ball moment. Shout out to
We in the
Heroic Ave.
building. Line it
Yeah.
up.
Shows us love. We make it an all ball family moment. Hey,
Yeah. To be in there.
let's take some time out.
Byron.
Shout out Byron Arnold. I don't know if that's your real name.
Good avatar. Good hat. Like what you're doing over there, gangster.
Welcome to the Gray Beard Club. I'm in the crew. Your shit looks smooth though, man. I might have to paint mine. Thank you for joining us, all ball family, man. Being a member, everybody that shows us love and support. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Nostalgic Nick says he's drafted Melo's son. Okay. Well, first round to Flea.
I can't say that right now. I don't know yet.
Look. Oh,
He's
boy.
a pro.
He's a pro.
He's a
He's a
pro.
pro.
Are you drafting him?
He's a pro. He's a pro. First round.
I'll take him in the
First
third
round.
round.
First round. That's the first 30 niggas. I don't ask me in Christmas. Ask me Thanksgiving. Ask me Christmas time. New Year's Eve.
Yo, old
Ask
boy,
me that.
I gotta give you credit now. Cause at least you got the Gucci flip-flops. Like your shit. But Flea might have the LV joints crazy. Because it took me this long to realize his flip flop and
He
smooth
full of
criminal
shit.
shit.
Yeah, he full of
Yo,
shit.
I said
nah.
pro. He's a pro. He's a pro.
No. The first he's a pro was look. He's oh,
Right.
right? Now, are you taking him?
AllBall suckers.
Yo, big shout out to him. Listen.
Are we live?
Big Flea. The biggest show.
Don't forget, share, like, comment, subscribe, hit the membership button like our guy Byron over there, man. Great Beer Club.
Byron.
Gang. What's the next game? Wednesday night? Against Minnesota. And man, he came back tonight.
Julius back.
Nah.
They cleared him for contact. He didn't play tonight, but
yeah.
Julius
He's probably out for maybe
well.
a week or two.
Yes, he
I
has.
don't know if y'all been paying attention. Julius Randle's been playing his ass off.
Yeah, he's been playing real well. I think that's going to be a tough game Wednesday night. That's not going to be a walkover, even if Ant-Man doesn't play, which I don't think he's going to play. But that's going to be a tough game. Julius back in the Garden. That's going to be nice. I think that's going to be
a goodie.
That's going to be a tough game. Yes, I agree.
Be a goodie.
I agree.
John McDonald, they said Chris Middleton. The Wizards are tanking, bro. Them and the Nets, they taking turns tanking.
He's not playing on. He's hurt. Playing.
Listen, they all in sweepstakes for that kid out there in BYU. Simple and plain. Let's call it what it is.
Nice. He's a number one pick. He's a number one pick.
And if the Boston Celtics are smart, I'm not gonna give y'all advice because I'm a New Yorker by Knicks. But if the Celtics are smart, Jaylen Brown, go sit down somewhere. Matter of fact, get up out of here. Get us something. Tank. You team that kid up with Jason Tatum. So everybody gonna be in the sweepstakes for that young man. Yeah.
The Banster. And then he ain't pump faking. He's serious.
Yeah, he tough. He tough.
Serious.
He tough. It ain't even close. I seen about 2 games. I said, yeah, it's not even close. Fabian, he's number one by far. It's not even close.
There's another kid coming out. There's another kid coming out of Kansas, Darren Peterson. He's very, very good. He's
I'll check him out.
Good guard in Kansas. Very good. This draft gonna be decent too. Probably top heavy again, but it's gonna be some guys coming out.
I think that's the only reason why they got Kevin Young over there at BYU, because he was on. That's the guy that was like the highest paid assistant coach for Phoenix, and they got the band, so they got their guys, so that money's coming in there. Yo, shout out to HP Carlos over there in Portugal, man. Appreciate you guys showing love around the world, man.
Yes, sir.
And going, share, like, comment, subscribe, like they say on the YouTube streets. Y'all know what this is.
Knicks Rehab.
Rehab, y'all.
And we'll see y'all Wednesday night. Same bad time, same bad channel. Love y'all. Peace. AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.